welcome you guys. I hope you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. Kind of interesting, because I have some stuff to go over with you guys today. And I thank you for your patience. But I'm going to spend some time going over what I believe is a necessary thing at this point in time when it comes to money. The world is changing, and the truth about it is this: as I go live, I know for a fact that quite a number of people right now who would rather see their finances a little different. They'll be more than happy, to be in a situation right now where I believe, they can do more for themselves. But unfortunately, situations are changing every single day. People are having more and more issues. And what are the issues about? A lot of them has to do with finance. So if I'm saying this clearly in a way I believe everybody can understand, it really comes down to this: that everybody needs some kind of a backup plan. As you guys can see, that is a reasonable level, of a war going on right now. In fact, President-elect Donald Trump believes that even as we speak, it's very possible, that a World War III could have already started. So everybody is fighting to avoid potentially what this war could bring. So hopefully we don't get into that space. Hopefully we don't go into war. However, what I'm going to do with you guys right now is, if you have your pen and paper ready, I'd like you to like this so we can get more people, more algorithm to push up. But I'm going to explain to you what I think personally, what is going to happen, okay? This thing changed my life, it could change yours too, which is I bought into the concept of how to acquire money, learn how money works. And I started with nothing, it's zero to my name. 3 months ago was a struggle, holding my shoes as a kid. But I made a decision that I needed to go make money, be a millionaire, take care of my family, and do the responsible thing. And I went for it. I didn't say it's easy, but what I'm here to tell you is this: it was worth it. So that could be the same thing for you, also. So I'm gonna go in there right now and explain to you. There is no faith that is unattainable if you're ready to put it to work. In other words, there's nothing you have going on in your mind right now that you can accomplish if you're ready to work for it. Okay? Let me just do this real quick with the light on my face. But I'm gonna share with you some of the things I did that helped me tremendously. And I believe you could do the same. And I believe it could also help you too. Okay? So, number one. Now, I don't know if you guys can even see me clearly. Okay? If you can, great. But number one. Right now, I want you to be thinking, sorry guys, I'm seeing the light on my face, in my back, all over the place. No dreams is unattainable. I don't care how big that dream is. Everything right now is 100% attainable. In other words, many dream of being financially free. Like they want to secure a nice retirement, take care of their kids, etc. But even when the plan is implemented, people struggle to stick to the plan. People change from time to time. They end up, exactly where they started, possibly even worse. Sometimes they invest and the fraud happens, they lose their money. What I want to do, okay, is make sure that that's not you. If I can avoid it, I want to avoid it for you. I don't want you in a position where you end up, losing money, losing resources because you invested the wrong way. So it's important to understand financial literacy, because financial literacy can change everything for you. Completely. It can change everything for you. For some, they are very poor saving and investing habits. For others, low income, and family responsibilities that prevent them from investing. But whatever your situation is, okay, whatever is going on with your life, one thing I will say to you is this: it helps to remember that something can be done about it. Ultimately, regardless what it is, okay? Turn down the music, I will turn down the music. As a matter of fact, I'll turn it off because I really want to get this content very well. This changed my life. It could change your life too. And I'm very confident about this. Actually, it would change your life too. So, you see, for a lot of people, what I can say is this: money, it's a game. And it's a game that you need to learn how to master. You gotta master the game. It's a game. Money, it's a game. It's almost like you're playing some kind of a sport. And you're either winning or you are losing. But ultimately, money is a game. And it's a game, in my opinion, that you can win. It's a game that anybody can win if you put your mind into it. So, you see, first thing I want you to understand is this, okay? That Financial security isn't about being rich. That's not what financial security is. In fact, it's about controlling your money. That's what financial security really is. For anyone who has thought about investing as passive income, for example, so that you can just put money away to generate more for you, but you have been confused with the whole subject, this is meant for you because I need to learn exactly how money works. Your definition of money determines how you handle money. Let me say that one more time. Your relationship and definition of money is going to determine exactly how you handle money. See, everyone needs money to survive daily. It doesn't matter who you are. All of us, okay? You need money. I need money. Every one of us need money to survive on a daily basis. We do. We really do. All right. Then, if that's the case, why is it that some people do so much with the subject of money and others don't? You're more than welcome, by the way, PNS. Okay, you're more than welcome. So Basil, I want to welcome every one of you guys. And thank you for actually liking this. If you could do that, I appreciate it. You see, even though we use money on a daily basis and we can't run away from the subject of money, these are facts. But guess what we do though? Okay? A lot of the time we don't want to even talk about it. We almost like want to avoid it. But I want to say this, okay? It's a problem. Even though we use money daily, we hardly ever talk about it like we should. We avoid it. We don't discuss it with our spouses nor our kids. We just pay the bills. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. And then guess what? Even more so, we don't even disclose the financial information to each other because we're so concerned. I don't want you to know about my finances. I don't want her to know about my finances. So guess what we do? We stay away and shy away from the subject of money, disclosing the subject of money, because we don't want people to know about our finances. You see, all of those behaviors are keeping you back from accumulating money the way you ought to accumulate money, because you're defining your relationship with money without even knowing it. Now, I'm not saying you should go to the mountaintop and talk about everybody about your budgeting, but the point is this, okay? That financial information is very important, to discuss, because money is necessary for our survival. And even if we're going to live a happier life, we need to be really ready to have open conversation about money. You see, there is no shame. And don't let anybody talk you out of it. There is no shame in discussing the subject of money. There is none. You see, money is a good servant, but it can be a very dangerous master. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay? Money is a good servant, but it can be a very dangerous, extremely dangerous master. That was said by Sir Francis Bacon, who said that, very profound. He said, having the right attitude towards money can be very life-changing for you if you have the right attitude towards money. As important as money is for your goals, it also has the power to start conflicts. Money has the power to start misunderstanding. Money has the power to create a little more headache for you. So guess what happened? If you want to go to your journey of financial freedom successfully, you have to be ready to have open conversation and willing conversation to control your finances. And I will say this, when you're going to go accumulate money, guys, it's a war. Let me say that one more time. When you are going to accumulate cash, it's a war. And it's a war that you either win or it's a war that you're going to lose. But money, it's a war. I just want you to know that. You want to be a millionaire, be prepared for war. Don't let anybody fool you. It's a war. But you have to be prepared for it. You can win. You say, the first step to gaining financial freedom, if you really want financial freedom, is working out what money really means to you. It's very, very important. Because how much you want? I want to make $1 million, I'll make $2 million. That's okay. But what does $1 million mean to you? What does $2 million mean to you? So the question will be, what is your relationship with money, and what does money really mean to you? That you have to have clarity about that. If you don't have clarity about that, you're going to end up not actually having a clearly defined relationship with money, which means your ability to accumulate, your ability to be able to gather money, the ability to be able to be rich is going to be truncated. So in this game, you have to understand very clearly that if money is just a means of exchange for you, you might not have value for it. Someone else may see this as a form of happiness. Says what research shows. It shows that about 77% of Americans have money problems. That's a high percentage, and the problem typically is this. Just so you know, around 40% have an investment plan. Just about 40%, that's it. And some people are making the right decisions and gathering the nest eggs for retirement and for themselves. Others, no plan in place, no money making strategy, just day by day. You see, investor and billionaire Ray Dalio. The Ray Dalio, you should follow him. But this guy, incredible. Okay, you should follow him. I follow him too. He explains that you can learn about money by accepting your weaknesses and learning little things daily. Every single day, you can learn about money. Ray Dalio talked about this. The successful people and the people that make money today, they didn't just stumble into a fortune. They didn't get there by accident. Not at all. Guys, these people work for it. They learn about how money works. They put their time, energy, and resources into it. You must do the same. To create sustainable wealth, you need a very good plan, a full plan. You see, everything I'm sharing with you guys right now, if you have a notepad and pen, you research, do more work on this, and then you execute, you realize that money is going to come find you. I'm not making this up. Money will come to you. If money can come to this guy that was broke as a joke, I know that it can come to anybody that put their mind to acquiring money and learning the right stuff. You see, a plan that secures your income for the rest of your life gives you peace of mind. You will agree with me. And in addition to that, it encourages you to explore the things that you dream of, because all of us have dreams. It's more important than ever to think about the long-term care about your money, because our expected lifespans are increasing. People are living longer now, okay? And since we're living longer, guess what happened? Therefore, your money needs to last longer than before. In that case, when you live long, you need to create more wealth to cover your years. The saddest thing that could happen is to be old and broke like a joke. It's a very bad combination. So the key to generating wealth, therefore, is it's not working, by the way. It's not putting the ungodly hours on the job. In fact, when you're 92, could you imagine that you're still breaking your back in your 90s because you don't have enough money? Passive earnings, passive income is your shortest way to becoming financial independence. That passive income could be like you actually do the work or you do your investment, but it's your choice. In this case, what you have to understand is this: investment is the ideal way to create a passive income method for yourself. So it's either you grab a job, like for example, I'm in a business that gave me investments for passive income, and I do receive passive income for what I do. But if I combine what I do, okay, and I receive passive income, and I combine that, okay, with investments, then I'm beating all of the odds, because the odds are I'm going to generate passive income that's going to free me financially. The question to you is this, okay? When you invest, you are allocating money to a venture that should what? That should get to profit. That's the whole purpose of investing. It's not to return your money back to you the same. It's for you to be able to what? To make money on your money. However, to understand and master investment so that you can really understand how the rich people do this and how they get their money, you have to understand that on any subject, doesn't matter what, including finance that we're talking about right now, okay? There are some things that you have to bear in mind. There are 3 levels, okay, that allow you to master any subject at all, when it comes to investments. They include, number 1, an understanding of the subject or idea, also known as what we call cognitive understanding, because you need that. If I want to learn about medicine, I need that, about the body. If I want to learn about auto mechanics, I need that, about cars. If you want to make money and become a millionaire, it's very important you learn the subject of money and have a cognitive understanding about how money works. That's requirement number 1. And by the way, that's why I applaud you for watching this YouTube live with me. I know some of you will watch it after, but it's very important. Number 2, emotional reaction. To pull towards the subject, known as emotional mastery, because your emotion is everything. There's something we call emotional intelligence 2.0. Your emotion can make or destroy you. So it's very important that as you approach the subject of money, you also check your emotions, because if you're making emotional decision with your investment, you're going to lose. Yes, your investment require math, math. It require math. Your money needs to be mathing. If it's not math, you got problems. Number three, doing something about it, meaning you have to execute. You have to, not as the physical mastery. So you have to constantly execute, on your money. You say you're going to make a lot of money first. Let me say this again. You're going to make money if you really make a commitment to yourself. You will. 2025 is going to be a phenomenal year for you, because you choose to create it for yourself, not because somebody's going to hand it over to you. It's a choice. So when you have a cognitive understanding of the subject of money, it means you've done some research. You're very curious. You want to learn. Curiosity is a good thing, because what it does for you in this case, it means that you're digging for answers, and that's the first. The second level, essentially is your emotional mastery, which pull you towards the subject. If you don't have any emotional attachment to the subject of money, where you feel like, okay, I need to know more about, is really pulling you, the pull towards the subject is critical, because if you don't have any emotional attachment, you won't care. You would think it doesn't even work. So, one, you need cognitive understanding of the subject of money. Two, you need emotional pull towards that, because you're curious, you want to learn about how money works. Don't judge yourself for where you are right now. Just judge yourself on your goals and where you're going. And if you keep that into perspective, I'm letting you know, money is coming to you. This is very clear. This is not one of those things like, oh my God, if this money is coming to you. You see, you're gonna need to do something about money, because wealth will not magically come to you. That's not how it works. You cannot just dream your way into money. You can't just thought your way into money. You have to execute when it comes to the subject of money. You need all three levels to achieve financial freedom. You need everything I just mentioned right now in order for you to be able to go to the next level and increase your chances of making money. You see, the journey with financial freedom begins when you take the first step. That's actually how it begins. It's not enough to come to a YouTube like this and learn, about, okay, what, good subject matter, great, I like the content. That's not enough. You have to execute. If you do not take the first step, you will always wonder, what could have been? What should have been? First, you must determine exactly an amount that you can save regularly from your paycheck. That's the first thing. How much can I put away? You got to make sacrifices. The way you make your bed is how you lay in it. I tell people, there's something we call easy, there's something we call hard. You got to choose one. So you can have it easy in the front, hard in the back, or hard in the front, easy in the back, but it doesn't matter. You can't escape it. So I tell people, when you're young, do the hard things, so that later on in life it can be easy for you. Freedom, okay? You need something we call a freedom fund. Freedom fund, where you can put money away. And this money you're putting away is going to set you free. So it's your fund. You want to grow that to millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. If you don't have that right now, go open an account. Name it My Freedom Money. And literally start working on it right away. You say, consider Theodore Johnson, who worked for UPS in 1924. He didn't even have the highest paying job, but he saved 20% of his monthly salary. After a while, he invested in stocks. By the time he was 90 years old, he had made more than $70 million. Let me say that again, 70. He's made over $70 million. He's an employee. The key is consistency. No matter where you start, you can always amass wealth over a period of time, because that is an essential part of investing. If you're not patient, you will risk, this is a big one, you will really risk falling for scams. You have to be patient. If it sounds too good to be true, most likely it is. So you have to be patient, know fully well that it's not going to happen overnight. And I think this is the reason why a lot of people get taken advantage of. They lack patience. So they invest now, they want the return the following day. ITR doesn't exist. Invest time and return. People don't practice that kind of stuff. So It's like I gave you 20 G's, I want 25 G's. I want it now. If you go by that philosophy, you will lose and you will be scammed. So to avoid that, you have to be patient. If you do not believe in the efficacy of your financial journey, nobody else will. Because guess who? You're the vision. You're the money for the family. You're everything. And so if you wither, if you play around, you lose your chances. See, if you want your investment and your savings plan to work, and if you're going to reach the principle of your financial freedom, guess what? You need to believe that it's going to work. You have to believe it. Without belief, you might as well not even invest or save anything at all. Because you have to believe. It's important you believe that it's going to work. And guys, there are two things required for miracles to take place. One is called belief, the other one is called action. If you don't believe that you're going to be a millionaire, you're just wasting your time. Why even bother? Why even try? So you have to believe. They asked Tiger Woods, in his first time when Tiger Woods were going for golfing, and he says, I believe I can win. I think I can. And the guy is strange, was his name. He was like, you? Said, come on, man, with all due respect, okay? With all the Augustine, it's very nice. Udukwe, it's very nice to see you here, my friend. Your name sounds so familiar to me, Augustine. Very nice to see you. Thank you for liking this. But we're talking about the subject of money and how you can build, okay, your millions of dollars, for yourself if you simply follow the principles of money. So they ask Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods says, listen, I believe I'm going to win. And the guy was laughing at him, said, come on, man, with all due respect, there are people who have been coming here for years. They haven't won yet. You're young, you're a kid. What makes you think you're going to win? It says, I tell my father tells me this. Number 2 and number 3 sucks. I'm going for number 1. I believe I can win. You see, when he won, the guy says, no, well, you're right. I doubted you. When you say you're going to go make money, everybody's going to doubt you. I know your uncle that didn't make it. This person's your sister didn't make it. This one didn't make it. What makes you think you're going to make it? They laugh. But if you ever go by what they say, then you don't deserve to win. Because you have to believe that you're going to win when you go on the journey of making money. If you don't believe it, why even bother? So the number one prerequisite, if you're going to get anything from this live YouTube, is that you have to believe that you are going to win. You have to believe you're going to be a millionaire. You have to believe that you're going to make a lot of cash. If you don't believe that, the rest of the world would never believe you. Therefore, which means nobody is going to put money towards you. That's the first thing. For your investments to be successful, you must also have the right mindset. It's very, very important. And you also must foster a very strong belief in your future resources and your future success. You see, guys, you need to consider the journey to financial success as a game. It's pure, it's a game. To become a master at the game, you must stop thinking of labor for cash. You have to. You can't be thinking about labor for cash. In fact, instead, you have to think about how your money can work in your favor. That's how you have to constantly think. Like, with the right mindset, you can do almost anything. Guys, the reason why a poor kid from Africa, makes so much money respected in the world, because he believes he can. The reason why a rich kid ends up on the street is because he believes he's a loser. Your belief is going to determine exactly how far you go. You see, you have to learn the rules of the game of money. And you have to learn how to play it. And then you have to make sure you play better than anyone else. This is the reason why one of the habits of rich people, instead of watching TV, they read books, financial literacy. So rather than rumor and all this bullshit people do, they spend time on meditation. Because you got to quiet the noise. You need clarity. They enlarge their vocabulary. Because the person that have incredible vocabulary have a better way of communicating themselves. Because that means they have more reservoir of words. If you have more reservation or more reservoir of words, your communication can become clearer. The person that can communicate the clearest eventually do what? They end up making what? More money. Because if you get me to listen to you and you articulate your point very incredibly well, I will open up my wallet because you're bringing value to me. Never underestimate the power of your words and the power of your language. This is the reason why book reading is good, because it tilts and shifts your language into a different elevation that increases your vibrational frequency that allow you to make more money. You see, as delightful as investment could be, okay, it is full of many landmines that can randomly explode. So if you don't understand any investment opportunity, it's better to stay clear of it. So, because if you're going to invest, guys, you need a mentor to guide you, but a successful mentor, and then you can follow that track. When I first got involved in the world of investing in real estate, AJ was the one that helped me. I didn't know anything about it. He sold me the property. He was a broker. He put money in my pocket. He guided me for the first 5 or 6 properties I ever owned. He guided me through that. Could you imagine if I just dabbled into it? What would have happened to me? Mistakes all over the place. You see, you need a mentor. You need someone to guide you on your journey to money. Not everyone has your best interests at heart, and that's the reason why frauds exist. Okay, so there are many stockbrokers out there. There are many financial advisors out there. I'm an insurance professional myself, and I'm telling you this, okay? A professional who buys and shares, stocks on behalf of others are known as what? Stockbrokers. That's them. They try to convince you to invest with them, and they entice you with the mouth-watering deals and how much money you can make. The truth is that brokers are running a business, and they're also trying to do what? They're trying to make profits. Don't ever forget that. They are brokers. They work for themselves. That means they are also in it to what? To make profit. So even if you're dealing with stockbrokers, don't ever forget the fact that they are also looking to make profit as you invest. So as a result, the truth is this, that brokers are running a business, and you have to be aware that they're running a business and they have to make commissions. So if an investment seems too good to be true, it's most likely too good to be true. Avoid it. Make sure that you're reasonable with your investment, reasonable with your return. Well, that person's giving me 20%, 30%, 40%, 100%. Stop it. Stop it. What's giving you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% return is probably speculative. And it's probably going to burn and crush you. So it's very important, that you put yourself in that straight line where you have a decent return. Like your 7, your 8, your 9, your 10, your 12% return. But those kind of stuff are safe, and you're also making money. If someone tries to convince you to invest a massive amount of money in a venture that you're unsure about, do not hesitate to decline it. No, thank you. Just before I got on this call, somebody called me from New York. I say, yes, can I help you? He said, by the way, we'll Google you, we'll saw your Wikipedia, I will notice that you've invested in real estate in the past. We just want you to know that right now we're doing a class action lawsuit and named 3 different companies, because we know you have invested heavily in the world of real estate. We want to know if you invested with these companies, if you lost any money with them. And the guys go, after I listened to the guys, I said, listen, I do not recognize any of these companies. And to be quite honest with you, if I invested and lost money, it's part of investments. It's not their fault. They didn't steal my money. My money was in the marketplace. The house market crashed and burned, so I lost money. I'm not about to go sue somebody, because of the fact that I lost money in real estate. What do they have to do with that? I'm supposed to do my own due diligence before I invested in real estate. And if I didn't, I do my diligence and I screw up, I need to take responsibility for screwing. You see, if you go after easy money and you take money that don't belong to you, the law is very simple. Life, take from takers and give to givers. And keep very accurate accounting. AKA, you gotta make sure that you put your investment in there, watch your investment, let it work for you. Don't try to cheat anybody out of their investments. Don't fall for all this nonsense. That people are trying to sell. As you invest, your aim should be to achieve something we call a critical mass. That's your aim when you invest. It refers to a safe investment that can cover your daily expenses, cover your retirement and other needs. We call that a critical mass. That's the kind of investment you should have. And that investment should be very definitive in purpose, should be long term, and be prepared to not go for very aggressive return because it could be speculative, which means you can also lose money. So to achieve this, you go through three phases. Number one is called accumulation. You're putting the money away, you're accumulating, you know, and this is it's actually really cool because you can watch your investment, growing, the view from the top, and then something we'll call, something we'll call decumulation, and I call that distribution. So first you accumulate, your money grows, and then you also watch your money. Eventually, guess what? You start distribution process. You see, the accumulation phase is when you put the money away, okay? And it's coming out of your salary or whatever it is. You're accumulating enough to invest. You're then investing very smartly. So you have somebody else to help you manage your investment, listening to advice from those you can trust. After that, then you move to the next thing, okay? You hit your peak, the view from the top. You can relax, enjoy yourselves, spend time with your loved ones. Everyone hopes to get to this level, but unfortunately, because they don't follow some of these things I said, they never get there. So you see, if you make a mistake along the way, it's okay. Stop, pause, back up, and correct yourself because it's only normal. But don't be one of those people because you made a mistake. Oh, I'm not going to invest anymore. Don't do that because it will only keep you poor. Because mistake plus reflection, according to Redalio, equals progress. So after a while, you get to the decumulation stage, and this is where you begin to receive your money. And this is like, at this point, I actually recommend an annuity. And as a matter of fact, I believe in it. I have an annuity for myself. Someday I'm going to retire. I want that annuity to pay me till the day I die, so I never have to worry about paying my bills. And that's the reason why, don't do an annuity. Put money in the stock market. I can control what's going to happen. I can control wars. I can control farming. I can control drought. I can control some crazy people behaving like crazy. I can control. The only thing I can control is that I'll put money away and make sure that my money is safe so that when I call upon my money, it's there for me. That's on me. So again, we're all different. But if you're going to invest very smart, very wise, ETFs and stuff like that. Just kind of like learn basic stuff about investing. Did you know investment brokers are paid on a commission basis? Their average income can range from $30,000 to as much as $118,000 per year. Did you know that? Think about this, okay? So this is very important. You're more than welcome, by the way, PNS. You're more than welcome. Okay, I saw your note right there. Thank you for posting. I can read your comments. So it's very important to understand that you got to be able to choose what you want and then work for it without fail. Choose what you want. How much do you think you need to be financially secure? Some people have no numbers. You actually have to sit down and say, this is my number. Everybody has a number. Guys, my number is $100 million. When I hit $100 million, I know I'm good. That's my number. What's your number? Well, and by the way, my number 100 million, to somebody, my God, this is incredible. To Elon Musk, it's like Elon Musk will commit suicide if he has $100 million. Bill Gates will commit suicide if he has 100. You know what I mean? So there's levels to the game. But at least you need a number. What is your number? You got to know your number. If you don't know your number, then you're going to be in trouble. So say, what sets you financially free? What's the number? You got to be realistic, okay? You might be tempted to come up with a crazy number in the millions and all this other stuff, but not every investment will succeed. And not every venture will get you there. To be happy, you need to come up with a number that you know for real, it suits your needs. You got to be realistic with that. You say, identify a realistic amount that you need to be able to be financially secure, and start working towards it. That if you do that, you have a reasonable peace of mind. You'll be feeling okay, because typically people stand up and they give very bold number and amount. Oh, but you don't understand. I want to do that. Okay, no problem. But most people don't actually know what they really need. And even better still, even those that know what they need, They don't know how they're going to get it. They don't even know how they're going to work for it. So you see, this is where the first thing you got to do is have a number, and then you start working it out. You start making sure you spend time designing what your number is, what number sets you financially free. You have to know that number. When you look at the number you choose, it might even seem unachievable, because that's how it's going to look like the first time. Like, what the hell? How am I going to come to it? By the way, if that number doesn't cause a butterfly in your stomach, if it doesn't look like it's too big for you, that most likely is not a number. Because whatever number you come up with, that number is going to disturb you on how you're going to accomplish it. But by making wise investments and start working towards, and that would compound interest, guess what happened to you? You have a shot. That number will seem more realistic. As time passes by, you start realizing that your number and your money is growing. Then you realize, wait a minute, I can do it. So by doing this, you're simply competing for attention, comparing yourself to other people when they are all around and they say, I made the 100 million, I made it. You don't compare. You have your number. You have your number. The only person you compare with is you. How was my last year compared to this year? How much did I make last year? How much did I make this year? Like you need to have an improvement over your finances year after year over year, Y-O-Y. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So don't compare with anybody else, because it will only mess you up in the head. You see, the bottom line is this. The bottom line is that you cannot reach your overall financial goal if you have no idea how much money you need to reach that plateau. You're never going to get there. So once you know that, then you can methodically, you can start working very slowly on making progress every single day to match towards your financial goal. There is no rush. Let me say this again. There is no rush when it comes to investing. And always remember that the variety is the spice of life. I watch people that started at 55, became multi-millionaire. They work all of their life making $40,000 a year. Then at 55, their brain shifts. They become millionaire at 56, 57. Life changed for them. Don't rush. What you need to do rather is you need to take some time and study, your investment philosophy. Be very clear about it. The more investment options you have, the better you will sleep at night. Because you understand it's impossible to predict the outcome of all of your investments. Because, again, you are not Nostradamus. And even if you are, there's still room for error. So the best thing to do is what? Is to spread your investment wide. When the market goes up, you make money. When the market goes down, you make money. So you hedge against one another. It's called balancing. You see, investments usually do not have fixed results. They don't. So you have to make sure that you diversify. Somebody say, I want 1 billion. Basil, if 1 billion is your number, by the way, there's no number that's right. There's no number that's wrong. You know the right number for you? I'm reading your comments. The right number for you is the number that you believe. That's the right number for you. So, and by the way, if you don't believe it at first, okay, keep dwelling on it. Eventually, you believe it. So everybody have a different number. Okay, everybody. Now, it could be 1 billion in your own local currency. It could be whatever. But just keep that in mind. You see, when you diversify your investment, it protects you from those surprise downturns in the marketplace. That's what it does. But you stay wealthy by understanding asset allocations. The reason why I like the exchange trade funds is ETFs diversify all marketplace. So with an ETF, you are in a very good position with ETF. The reason why you're in a good position with ETF is because ETF hits all different aspects of investment. So you don't have to go study every company in the world when you invest. The simple ETF is going to do all of those classifications for you and put your money away accordingly. That's why I like ETF. You see, David Swenson, an expert advisor, explained that there are 3 most important elements for successful investing. 3. Number 1, you got to select safe investment, e.g., security selection. You have to. So when you're diversifying, a portion of your money have to be in a safe zone. Number 2, you have to have timing, timing your investments. It's very, very important. And number 3 is you have to have the asset allocation. So how you divide your investment depends upon your overall goals. That's how you divide your investment and how much tolerance you can take for risk. In addition to diversity, which is absolutely very vital. Also, it doesn't hurt to seek financial help from an expert before you start investing, because when you ask for expert opinion, they can guide you better, with your investment. You see, the goal of all your investments should be financial security. That should be the goal. You want to be financially secure. That should be the goal. To give you the comfort blanket that you will need in your old age with steady income for the rest of your life, you're going to need to invest in a way that limits the number of losses that you might suffer and increase the number of gains that you may have. This is very simple. It's not rocket science. As a matter of fact, it can be very difficult because nobody knows when life will happen. All of us are going to die one day. When your number is called, there's no negotiation. There's, oh, by the way, God, move my number to the front. God, move my number to the back. No. When your number is called, you're done. So it's important that the experiences you have that is shaping and changing you, and your perception of the world and decisions you make, that has to take into account that literally when you invest, you have to invest for a long term, anticipating, that if worse come to worse, you have money to live on if you happen to be here for a long time. You see, and if you die sooner, it doesn't matter. Either way, you are in a safe zone. The bottom line is this: you need financial security. You see, for your portfolio to get the best out of the various investment opportunities that's out there, you should consider some of the following. Okay, and this may help you a lot. Stocks should make up about 30% of your investment. Let me say that one more time. Okay, I think this is extremely important for all of you listening to me right now. It's very, very important because you're looking at the composition of your investment and how they need to be diversified. The simple math goes like this: stocks should be about 30%, okay, of your investment because it's very high risk. And then your portfolio should have 15% government bonds. That's called medium term, because obviously they're reliable. And then third, to balance the risk, 40% of your portfolio is in the long-term government bonds. That's actually where majority of our portfolio is. Long-term government bonds. And then gold. Gold can have about 7.5% of your investments, because for me, like, gold is God's own money. It's not going anywhere, literally. So it's a good thing to have. And of course, last but not the least, I believe that you can invest another 7.5% in commodities, such as agriculture, or livestock farming stuff. So what you do is you balance your entire portfolio altogether. You see, you should always review your investments, no matter how airtight your portfolio is. Keep reviewing it, because when you make some profit, sell a percentage off and put some money back in, and then save some money. That's what you ought to be doing. So you should conduct an investment review, year after year, what your investment perform, identify what you need to change, and change them accordingly. Let me conclude. Okay? You see, I give you again, there's no amount of wealth that is impossible to make. Whatever number you have in your mind is just your own limitation, self-imposed. There's no amount. In fact, the more you invest wisely, the better your chances of even getting more money. First, you need to make an assessment. What type of investor you want to be? You got to read books. You got to listen to podcasts. Watch YouTube like this. Because sometimes if you actually see how social media can educate you than a 4-year college education, if you use it wisely, instead of all this stupid stuff people do with entertainment, like actually use it very, very wisely, you'll be able to make better choices this way. Financial freedom is a peace of mind that, in my opinion, everybody deserves, but you have to work for it. It comes from hard work, determination to succeed, a lot of sleepless nights, as that's the truth. So the first thing you need to do is to start, no matter what. You got to make sure that you conquer your fear, begin investing wisely, and there is no stopping you. You see, making more money, it's a game. Becoming a millionaire, it's a game. Only those who know the rules actually are going to end up winning. You need to know the rules of money. Once you know the rules of money and you see that money is a game, then you can play the game well. You can join an investment group. You know, I'm in the insurance space, but I have a lot of mentorship program going on. You know, people reach out to me, hey, I want to be part of your mentorship program. I want to do well. I'm watching some of my mentees right now. One of them is already out there, you know, traveling internationally, giving speeches, getting paid for speeches, you know, launching business, writing books. Guys, to some of the people, just because your environment can have a lot of impact on the kind of money you make. So I see some of my mentees right now who are doing very well for themselves, very proud of them. You know, you don't have to be part of me. But whoever it is you choose, go choose somebody, go learn, you know, literally how to make money, be in the right environment, you know, and, you know, like really with friends and family, so they can hold you accountable, connect with them, tell them your dreams and goals, and then guess what? Now you have the pressure to go fulfill it. You see, if you don't go do it, no one else will. That last name of yours, your family, that last name of yours, somebody have to carry that name forward. If it's not you, somebody in your family will eventually step up to play that role, just the way life works. So I encourage you to carry on that last name of yours very, very well, very, very well. But somebody have to take a bullet for the family, aka somebody have to make the sacrifices for the family, get laughed at, caricature, they think you're wasting your time. And then when you bust it wide open, they all clap for you. I know you can do it too. You gotta understand that. You see, work out the amount you need to become financially secure. Work it out. Then come up with a percentage that you can save from your monthly salary. Put the money away. Find out what money is to you, you know, and then find out what money you need to, again, to sustain yourself, to pay your bill, you know. This is a way for you to be able to get what you want if you are really serious about it. It's not a feeling thing, you know, it's you coming through for yourself and for your family. So with that said, folks, okay, let me just say this. I want to thank you guys for being on the live with me today, as I give you guys what I, in my opinion, what I call one of the best strategies to become financially free. One of the best strategies. You could always post questions if you have questions here for me. I will come back, okay, to your questions, you know, and I will feed your questions appropriately. But my wish for you is this, that you make the right decision to set yourself financially free and your family, you know, and be the one in that family of yours, you know, where you can take care of your family. It's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's holidays, Yom Kippur, or whatever the case situation might be, Ramadan, and you're the one that, you know, you make enough money. The family come to you, you take care of them. They needed something, you responded to them. Money is not a problem for you. You can actually get to enjoy life, laugh with your family, you know, like really like have a good entertainment, you, your family, your kids, your grandkids, because life is so special. You start your heaven right here on earth. Because guess what? Whatever life you choose to live, you're the creator of that life. That's correct. Let me say that one more time. Whatever life you choose to live, you are the creator of that life. And I'm encouraging you to choose the life that you want to live and live it very healthily. So with that said, folks, thank you for joining me on this life. I appreciate every one of you. If you enjoy this life, follow me on my, you know, on my other platform. You know, follow me on my other platform. I'm right there for you guys. But follow me here. Rally more people to be part of my YouTube. I have a goal. I eventually want to go to 1 million on my YouTube. I think I'm about 70,000 right now. But I have a goal, you know, because I want to disseminate my information, you know, and get my information out there so that I can tilt the earth towards the heaven. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me today. Please work like it's up to you, pray like it's up to God, and have a phenomenal one, everyone. Thank you very much, okay? Bye now.